assume that it can be stolen. And so what should I have done in the case of leaving my things in my car? I should have put them in my trunk where they're not visible to anyone. Also, I want to park where my car is visible, where there's light. You don't want to leave your car in a secluded area. You want to also, so if you're getting sabotaged continuously, you're gonna, people, I have read comments on Reddit of people believing that gangstalkers get in your car and they're gonna move your vents, they move your things around. You know, they can possibly do that once or twice. But after that, just know that it only takes them sabotaging you one or two times for you to start attributing, you know, you misplacing things, or you know, or a someone scratching your car, to gangstalkers. So one time I put my car through the car wash, through the Soapy Joe's, and the technician turned on the brushes of the fucking thing without putting any soap on my car, so it scratched my car. So the person told me, "Oh, you didn't see that?" I was like, "What? What happened to your car?" And then I was like, and you know, she almost owned up to it. She was like, "I scratched it. I almost did that." But then I went, "Oh, okay." And then I just kept driving. And she got visibly upset. What I should have done is I should have gone to management. But that was because my self-esteem was so low that I felt powerless. Because I was naive and I didn't see any other way of dealing with it. What I should have done is gone to the front desk and be like, "Hey, your technician turned on your brushes without leaving any soap on my car, so she scratched it. What are you gonna do about it? I want compensation." You know, if not, I'm gonna have to sue. And that's what I should have done. Because the technician was being irresponsible. You wanna use every single right that you have. You know, when I was at the homeless shelter, gangstalkers grabbed my shit that I have left on the floor, on the second floor. They grabbed all my belongings and they put them inside my car. So I thought that someone stole my shit. So I felt panic, but I swallowed it. And there's cameras everywhere in the homeless shelter. So I very calmly went to the front, to the security place. And I was like, "Oh, hey, I think someone stole my things. Can I please have access to your cameras because I want to see what happened?" And then the person there said, "Oh, well, you have to sign this form." Okay, give me the form. And then I went to my car to fill up the form. And all my things were in my car. So then I saw a gangstalker really fast leave the parking lot because they saw me trying to get access to the cameras. So they had no other choice but to leave, to get my stuff and put them inside my car. Honestly, what I should have done is to still ask to see the cameras, because that way I would have been able to see who put them, or if someone actually grabbed them and put them inside my car, or if it was just or if I put them in my car and I just forgot. But I'm never gonna know. If something like that happens to you and you're in a homeless shelter, what you should do is find out who. Get access to the cameras regardless of you finding where your stuff is. And use all your power that you have to make sure that they know not to fuck with you. And another occasion, I was doing ultrasound body fat testing, and this woman parked right in front of me. I had my banners, and it was a red parking spot. She should have not parked there. And there was a gangstalker watching me, trying to see how I would react. So this is what I did. I said, well, I'm just gonna call the towing truck because it's red. I pulled out my phone and I began calling the towing part. They were actively blocking me so that I wouldn't get any new clients. So guess what I did? I began calling the towing truck, and guess what? The bitch moved her car because she should have not been parked there. So I should have called a towing truck anyways. And the gangstalker was there wanting to see me upset, but I didn't get upset. I should have thought more on my toes. When I said I was gonna call a towing truck, the gangstalker went like that, like they were shocked. And the gangstalker went inside the store immediately to tell the bitch to move her car because I was gonna call a towing truck. So, when you're getting gangstalked and you're going through all of these experiences, your anger will cloud your logical thinking. So you have to calm down and find a way out. If you can find a way out, pretend like nothing is wrong and try to calm down. Maybe I could have just grabbed my things and left, and then come back later when it's not so busy. But I was gangstalkers were physically sabotaging me. Literally, that's what they were doing. So that's what you have to do, is that you have to be able to think on your toes. And when you're angry, when you are getting actively sabotaged by gangstalkers, it is your anger will cloud your logical thinking. It's really difficult to think clearly, but it's not impossible. And you will that's actually the power that gangstalking gives to you. You will have the ability to think on your toes, to be able to think clearly. regardless of what gang stalkers are doing. That is the biggest gift, because in the face of a stressful situation, you will learn how to stay calm and how to think logically. So trust the process, man. If you're getting continuously sabotaged by gang stalkers, trust me, try to not think about it and try to find a solution. The solution is how to think on your toes and clearly, to think strategically. You know, if they're doing it to you once, chances are they're gonna do it to you again. So when it's over, think, what could I have done in this situation? What could I have possibly done better next time? And trust me, they're gonna do it again. But now you're gonna know what to do. So when you're done with the situation, take time to analyze it. Think critically. What could I have done? How do you think I have been able to develop all these techniques on how to deal with gang stalkers? And look, you're not gonna get it right the first time, but don't give up. You're gonna eventually find things that work. So take it as a war, a battle. So always try to find ways to keep your mind calm, to make gang stalking be as insignificant as possible in your life. And you know, you have to take the most drastic measures you can possibly take. Don't touch your heart to be as less aggressive as possible. For example, as soon as I found out that I was being indirectly manipulated sexually, I began blocking everyone who previously manipulated me sexually, or who wound me up on meaning to have sex and then stop communicating suddenly. Block, 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 block. Don't talk to me again. I don't care who you are. No. Block, block, block. That's the utmost drastic measure I could possibly take for that. Now, for when gang stalkers when a gang stalker was asking me for auto parts, and when they asked me a question, she would immediately ask me for another question. How do you deal with it? Work on the one question that she gave me and completely ignore anything else that she said after that. I felt like I was being rude, but listen, if you tell the gang stalkers, hey, I'm trying to do this, can you please, you can shame them. Those are the two techniques that I like to do. I ignore them and shame them publicly. So this is the thing. When you ignore them, the one that works best out of the two is ignoring them completely. Because then they stop trying because you're ignoring them. Like when they ask me a question, they ask me another question, then I answer that, they're gonna come up with another question, and then they keep interrupting you. It's a game of interrupting. So what do you do if a gang stalker keeps interrupting you? You tell them, so you're asking me a question and you keep interrupting me. Are you gonna let me talk or not? And that's it. And you say it really loud because you want them to feel embarrassed. Additionally, you want to embarrass them. You want to make everyone's perception of the gang stalker like they're being stupid. Instead of them making you feel like you're dumb, you want to flip it around. So when a gang stalker keeps interrupting me, and let's say that I've had it, I can loudly really say, excuse me, you're asking me one question, and then as soon as you're asking me another question, you're asking me another without giving me an opportunity to actually answer the question that you're asking me. Are you gonna let me look up the part for you or not? Boom. And guess what? Now you have made the gangstalker appear stupid, ignorant, and you've made them feel shame. And guess what? They're gonna behave after that. And if they don't, you just completely ignore their questions. And let me tell you, the worst thing that a gangster wants is for you to ignore them. So, and the thing is that, some gangstalkers are like incredibly shameless. So, even after you've loudly told them, this is what that they're not allowing you to like do your job, and those are the ones that you just completely ignore. Also, what a gangstalker did to me one time was that a gangstalker was talking in a manner that was really confusing. So, or really like fast. So I wasn't understanding what he was saying. So what you do is that you have to immediately address what they're doing. Or just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. And just pretend like nothing is happening. So for example, a customer once said, I need brake pads. And he, made me appear like I was stupid. Because he kept saying everything in a confusing manner. And he was laughing while he was saying it. So what you say after that is like, I'm sorry, the reason that I asked you to repeat yourself was because you were speaking so fast that I wasn't able to make up what you were saying. I didn't mean you to yell, but you were just simply speaking extremely fast beyond what I had the ability to understand. I'm sorry. And that's it. So, or don't even say I'm sorry. Just say, so would you please slow down? With the same intonation. You want to make it seem like they're the unreasonable ones. Make them appear unreasonable because they are the ones that are being unreasonable in the first place. So you have to twist the perception. You don't absorb the anger. You twist the perception to make them feel stupid. So also, when someone speaks really fast and you make a mistake, just say, oh, I'm sorry, I misheard you. And then just ignore their intent of making you feel stupid. If you feel anger, dress it up as carelessness. And be like, oh, I'm sorry, I just didn't understand what you said. I must have misheard you. And then just keep doing your job. So, when gangstalkers start to... Oh, sorry, I had to make a stop to go to the restroom. And I don't want to turn around too much because then my filter is gonna get taken off. Then I have to start the fucking thing again. Well, anyways. Well, the moment that gangstalkers make you upset is the moment that they have gotten you. You have to be completely careless about their antics. So their antics are not effective if you don't care about them. So your perception has to be of them as stupid people, and you want to make it obvious to you and to everyone else that they're stupid if they're behaving in a stupid manner. For example, let's see, what other situation have I had? Well, anyways, with experience, you are gonna be developing your own strategies on how to dealing with people. I've tried countless different things, and and the one thing that worked when they're interrupting you continuously is simply, one, don't allow them by talking over them. And or completely ignore what they said and pretend you didn't hear it. That's my favorite one. I know that I ignore a lot, but that's the thing that makes them not want to mess with you, is when they're doing their antics and you just ignore their little trick, and then you just like don't allow it to affect you. There was one time where I was talking, he just kept interrupting and interrupting. So, and they keep interrupting, and he kept interrupting me until I had forgotten what I was gonna say. So I just allowed him to interrupt me, but in my mind I kept like a note of where I left off. And then I kept going with my thought. Then as I continued, as I was saying, and then I finished my thought. And he was upset. I just remember I saw his face filled with anger. But let me tell you, you don't have to deal with people like that. If you're by yourself with someone else and someone keeps behaving like that, you do not have to deal with that. I was stupid and I dealt with it, and I was trying to fight it. Don't fight it. Just tell them, I don't like how you're behaving. I think you need to go. And then they're gonna ask you, why do you want me to go? What have I done? They're gonna start apologizing for nothing. They're gonna say, well, if I have done something, they're not even gonna point out what. If I have done something to make you upset, I am so sorry. Blah blah blah. But they're not sorry. It's the thing that all gang stalkers use. So what do? You stand your ground and be like, nope, I don't give second chances. You shouldn't give second chances if you're getting gang stalked to anyone. Especially if they're behaving in a way that is purposefully done to fuck with you. You don't give them another opportunity. You just don't. You cut them. You cold turkey, get rid of them. Cut them off immediately. So, look, gang stalking is a lot of people trying to reel you in to all different directions, and everyone is gonna reel you in their own direction until you are completely destroyed. So what do? You get rid of each hook at a time. So when someone is a gang stalker and they're messing with you, and so they don't have to. No one's gonna confirm you that they're messing with you. They're not. And let me tell you, you don't need a confirmation. You trust your intuition. Or you trust your feelings when that person is around you. If that person is doing the evil grin, if they're doing the gang stalking sign, they're making you feel paranoid. You just be like, you need to go, or I need to go, and please don't talk to me again. Like that. That's all you need to do. And then you make it really clear. Regardless of how long you have known this person. You literally just cut them off. The only person that I have not cut off is a dealer. I know, I'm sorry, but he's the one that I can count out when I want drugs, which is not often. But he's a great bottle. He actually lets me have fun. But that's it. I'm so sorry, but I'm being completely clear as water with you. So, anyways, you cut everyone who has wronged you indirectly. You want to cut them off unless you want not to, because you need something from them. But don't allow it to be, don't make them don't make yourself vulnerable to any of them. So if this person doesn't want to sell me drugs, I guess I'll just go without drugs for longer. I don't care. Whatever. That's the mentality that you have to have. If your sugar daddy or sugar mama is a gang stalker, or your host, or the person that is giving you a roof over your head, then you want to get out of that situation as fast as possible. Because they obviously don't want you to succeed. They're only giving you housing in order to be close to you, so that they can further manipulate you. That's all it is. So you don't want these people in your life. You want to just cut them off. Just fucking cut them off. So at work, I can't cut off my boss. But I learned how to look people in the eye and not think and not be paranoid about being high. Plus, it doesn't happen often at all anymore. At work, when I am high, like, I don't think about it because I don't care. The reason I would think about it so much was because I was getting gangstalked. They would make me paranoid. It was just gangstalkers, you know. The moment that I learned how to ignore gangstalkers, it's like, okay, I'm a little high, but I am really good at my job, and I'm gonna be an incredible salesman, and I am. I'm like on the top 5 in sales at work. I go from 1 to 2. Well, not number 1, because number 1 is commercial. He has all the sales for himself. But I'm never like under 4th, which is pretty good. Now, that's what it boils down to. Is that you have to get rid of the people. Oh, well, anyways, I'm sorry. So, you have to learn how to deal with gangstalkers who are around. So people like at work, you know what kind of narrative they have, because if they're only behaving like if they're only gangstalking you when you're high, that means that they were giving the story that it's a drug treatment. And most people that participate in gangstalking, that's the story that they're given. If you're a drunk, or oh my god, I have to tell you something else too. I almost forgot. When they were trying me to get into gambling or drinking. So, oh man. Well, anyways. Yeah, so don't think it's over when gangstalkers make you have a bad time. Don't catastrophize it. You wanna step away from it and develop strategies to deal with it. I did take the time to, but I didn't take it as seriously as I should have. So that's what you want. You want to develop strategies to deal with it, or get really good at ignoring it. And the shortcut to all of that, the one shortcut to that is to keep gangstalking out of your mind. You want, instead of thinking about gangstalking, you want to be talking to your inner self as if that person was someone else. So that strategy that I'm telling you will make it so that you pretty much don't care about anything that gangstalkers are doing, and it's gonna just slide off. So right now, how I deal with it is a combination of both. It's my strategies on dealing with stupid people, plus ignoring it, making them feel stupid, blaming them for their behavior, and just saying, because of your behavior, which is really fucking weird and sketchy, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and please don't do so in any way, shape, or form, in any type of platform ever again. And if I contact you, it's because I didn't know who you were. So please block me, or I will block you immediately after I find out who you are. And that's it. But don't ever say, oh, it's because you're a gangstalker. Don't mention gangstalking. You want to deny gangstalking? Do you want to deny that gangstalking has happened to you in any way, shape, or form? That is, in my opinion, the biggest gaslight. When you literally deny their existence. When you completely denied to think that everyone has communication or whatever. Because let me tell you, they are not as communicated as they make you believe. Gangstalking makes you believe that what one person knows about you, everyone knows. But that's not true. They only share the trigger words to make you, and that's what made, because everyone shares the same trigger words. You make the connection with the event that happened that produces that trigger word. So that's why you feel that they know everything about you. They know the freaking the embarrassing things about you. But remember, you can't feel shame for who you are. So one time I had tacos in my car and I didn't put them in the fridge because I was gonna have them 2 hours later. And again, someone who has gangstalked me said, "Do you just take the fucking tacos out of your car?" I was like, "Yeah, so?" "Well, you didn't put them in the fridge." I was like, "Well, I don't care what you think. It's my food. I'm eating it, not you." And guess what? Dash, put him right in his place, and that's it. You have to let them know, I don't have time to give a shit about what you think about me. Because the moment that you don't give a shit about what they think about you, you're free. Gangstalking is futile. Okay. So I have talked with you most of the time that I'm making the drive. I have like 1 hour left back to my drive to work. So again, share, like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear your insights. If you have any strategy that you have developed to deal with gangstalkers, put it in the comments. I want to keep you away from getting gangstalked. However, gangstalking can be quite an incredible experience. And if you want to go through that, just don't watch my videos, because after you watch all my videos, I guarantee you that no gangstalking operation is actually going to be effective. It's not. Because you know all the tricks now. You know the manipulation tactics. You know the illusion, it's actually an illusion. You know that the direct energy weapons are actually produced by your body. I have forgotten about the direct energy weapons. And only now that I'm thinking about it, they're coming back. So with time, I'm going to just forget about it. And they're going to just come back whenever I think about it. So I'm telling you now, regardless of what anyone says on YouTube, the sensations are produced by your own body. They are. I am 1,000 sure of it. I fucking know it. So, you don't have to believe me now. That's up to you. But I'm here, and now you have the truth. The stress from gangstalking is what produces all those sensations. The feeling that you're in a microwave. They're not watching you all the time. My gift to you is having your freedom back. And the fact that you are allowing me to give that to you means the world to me. That is why I do this. Because gangstalking is unlawful. It is the worst thing that can be done to anyone. And if I can't do something about it, I'm going to do everything in my hands, in my power, to take that away from gangstalkers. Gangstalkers know that's wrong. I've seen them react to me talking about it. And they're really upset. I'm possibly the one person that they hate the most. Because the truth of gangstalking is now out here online. And it's such an honor to be giving people their freedom back. God bless you. And thank you so much for watching and for allowing me to help you. I love you. If I had helped you in any way, shape, or form, please share my videos, alright? Share, like, comment, whatever. That's all I ask. Well, and for you to just say, tell me how happy you are. That's it. Thank you. Bye. So, why blocking people and getting rid of them? Listen.
Continue straight, then use the right 2 lanes to keep right onto CA 125 South.
Listen, right now, if you're getting gang stalked, you have an infestation of narcissists, of psychopaths, of sociopaths. That's literally what it is. It's an infestation.
Use the right 2 lanes to keep right onto CA 125 South.
It's an infestation of people who are crazy. And for whatever reason, they want to drive you crazy too. So, oh shit.
In about 10 miles, take exit 1A on the left onto CA 54 West and I-5 South.
There was a lane that led me against the fucking concrete. That was crazy. Anyways, listen, gang stalking is an infestation of psychopaths. It's an infestation of crazy people in your life. So, how do you... Listen, so crazy people dress up as normal people so they're not found. They have to learn how to behave like normal people because whatever reason, because they don't want to go detected. They know they're crazy and they embrace it. They just have this thing, where they just try to destroy other people. That's it. So you get rid of the infestation by forbidding them of not speak to you, to get close to you. That's why you have to make them antagonize you so that they have no desire to mess with you again. That's what you tell them. That's why all the guys that have tried to, anyone that does like a gangster grin, who I'm about to play with, or whatever, or like someone who's squeezing their ass so hard in my dick so that I wouldn't fuck him, but then they deny it. That's why I immediately, I didn't used to do that. They used to be like, oh yeah, I'm trying, I'm sorry. They would try to pretend like they wanted me to top them. However, they're squeezing the hell out of my dick. So, what I should have done, and that's what I do now, is be like, you know what? You're the worst bottom I have ever met in my entire life. That's exactly what I do. So I have to make them feel shameful for the behavior. That's why I take such a crazy stance. I'm like, you know what? This is what I told him the last guy. So this guy was like an older guy. And this is what I told him. I said, you know what? You're a total bottom. But let me tell you, for someone your age, you are the worst bottom I have ever met in my entire life. You have absolutely no experience. You have no idea how to relax. You are possibly the worst bottom I have ever met in all my years. I would think that someone your age would actually know how to get fucked in the ass. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's exactly. So, please don't ever try to hook up with me. Don't message me. Don't call me. Don't text me. And if you find me on any type of platform, block me immediately, because if I happen to message you and I figure out who you are, I'm going to block you immediately. Or if I know it's you, I'm gonna leave immediately. I want nothing to do with you. You're fucking awful. Fucking awful bottom. Do not message me ever again. Learn how to fucking bottom first before trying to hook up with me. Because I don't have time for people like you. Like that. I'm not kidding. And guess what? I blocked them too. Guess what's gonna happen? I am not gonna ever be bothered by that person again. They will hate me. Fuck yeah. That's what I want. You know, I want them to hate me because they made me hate them. So fuck it. I'm gonna make you feel like you're shit. Because you were part of the fucking problem, part of the fucking people that try to make me feel like I am nothing. So I will just say, and I told him, and it's because of your own behavior, and because your sketchy behavior, that I want nothing to do with you. So don't contact me ever again in any way, shape, or form. And let me tell you, that feels so fucking good. Oh, I was in heaven. And yeah, so that's one hook I got off my back. Now, I have done this with a lot of people, you know, guys who have wanted to talk to me, that I have hooked up before, that behave really weird. I'll tell them, you know what? Like George, this guy who I had a lot of fun with, but he just began doing the Gangstalking grin. He began squeezing his asshole, you know. I said, you know what? He messaged me, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to play? I haven't seen you in a while. And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen you in a while because I don't want to see you. The last time we hung out, you were acting fucking sketchy. And I want nothing to do with people who act sketchy. So please, do not speak to me, do not contact me ever again in any way, shape, or form, or any platform. Ever a fucking again. And boom, another hook got off my back. So, you have to get rid of the hooks off your back. Because you have a lot of them. Everyone wants some of you. Everyone. And what do? You take away at their ability to get some of you. I was in the gym and this gangstalker was trying to force, like I felt his energy trying to force eye contact with me. And guess what I did? I refused to make contact with him and to acknowledge his existence. Everyone who has acted like a gangstalker where I'm at, I completely and utterly acknowledge their existence. Like they don't exist. I am driving it up a couple of knots by literally not even visually acknowledging the existence of anyone who has in any way, shape, or form I behaved in a manner that tells me they're a gangstalker. And yeah, so they are unseen by me. They don't exist. They're nothing. And yeah, they literally tried. They have tried to like this guy even went like that. You know, like tried to get in my fucking field of vision.
In 2 miles, take exit 1A on the left onto CA 54 West and I-5 South.
He wasn't there, and I just ignored him. And it feels so good to deny the existence of a gangstalker. Because they want you to look at them. They're dying for you to look at them. They are. But guess what? No. And that's how you cut off more hooks of people that you don't even know that are gangstalking you. You only acknowledge the existence of people who are not behaving like gangstalkers. Period. That's all you do. And if someone is making you waste your time purposely by keeping from you what you went there to get. In my case, that was sex. They were trying to entertain me with all kinds of fucking bullshit. Then I
use the left 2 lanes to take exit 1A on the left onto CA 54 West and I-5 South.
My new technique is, you know what? You don't look like your picture. I know. That's awful. You don't look like your picture, and I feel like you have catfished me. So
exit left.
I don't want to speak to you ever again. And don't message me ever again. Because you're a catfish.
In about 5 miles, take exit 5A onto Palm Avenue and CA 75.
Just block them. Block. Get rid of all the hooks that people are trying to put on you. Just fucking get rid of them. All of them. And you will see that you're getting yourself rid of this pest, because that's what they are. They are a fucking pest. And they're like fucking ticks, you know. They're trying to suck your blood out. But you get them out, you squish them to get your blood back, and you throw them in the fucking trash. And yeah, let me tell you, it feels so good when you're just cutting them off your life. You want to make the cutting off of gangstalkers as permanent as possible. That's what you want to do. And if they try to get back in, you just cut them off again immediately. Do not explain yourself. Do not give them any explanation. You don't have to. They don't deserve it. Don't expect them to them. Why? Just, if you want to explain it to them, you want to explain to them their own behavior. Like, you know what, you're acting really fucking weird. You give me really bad vibes. Don't speak to me ever again. That's it. Please block me and abstain from trying to contact me. Because if you do, the moment I find who you are, I'm gonna block you again. That's it. It's so beautiful, because literally that's all you need to do. You just cut them off your life. That's how you get rid of a pest. And I think that's what they are. The pest of gangstalking. That's what they fucking are. They're a fucking pest. And that's how you cut them off. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Bye. I think I was supposed to, this video was supposed to be over, but I just wanted to add a little something. But anyways, now that's it. I have to go back to work. I have to go to work in 15 minutes. I love you guys so much. Bye.